and welcome back to another season of the State Champs Anvil Award. This is the award made and for the trench dwellers. My name is Lorne. This young man is Ron Talley, and Ron is going to be our analyst for this season here on the Anvil Award. I know there are people watching right now who'd be like, Ron Talley, yeah, I remember Ron Talley. But for those who don't, just get them quickly familiar with where you started and where you went.
All right, thank you. Yes, my name is Ronald Talley. I'm a Detroit native, Renaissance High School over in Detroit, Notre Dame, Delaware, played in the NFL from 2009 to 2015. And, it's just a blessing to be here and still involved with a game that's taken me so far and helped me to mature into a much older man as I am now.
Wow. And what a voice, right? He's got a voice made for this. He was definitely born for this kind of work. And he's got a lot of experience when we're talking about guys who play the line. As you're looking on your screen right now, we have our initial top 10 for the Anvil Award. And let me explain a little bit about what's different about any other award season that we've had as it relates to the Anvil. So typically what we would always look for is the top linebacker or lineman in the state. Now, with the way that football has changed, a lot of times the linebackers are oftentimes, at least the key linebackers, oftentimes are so athletic, so versatile, so good that you find them in the backfield on the offensive side. Moving forward, this is going to be how we celebrate the Anvil Award. We're only going to honor those who play offensive or defensive lines, and oftentimes in high school, you're playing both ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The best guys, the best skilled and big skilled guys, I'm glad that we got them out of the way so we can get a big fella some love.
Yeah.
The guys that pave the way, the guys that make the sounds of the game what they are. And the biggest, fastest, most accurate moving, huge gladiators in the sport, which is part of, what we love. It's like chewing on a big steak when you're in there, and that violence, like every chew is like every play, just giving it to another athlete out there on the field.
That's right. We love that. And don't worry, the guys who are playing both ways, being linebacker, being running back, whatever they're doing, working as receiver, they will be available to be in the Mr. Football conversation. So if we're talking about somebody like a Jeremiah Beasley and those types of gentlemen, they are going to definitely be recognized for their skill set. So they will be recognized here, though. We're again talking about the linemen. So as you look once again at the top 10 on your screen, we've got a bunch of Big Ten guys who have already committed. We also have somebody that's going to Kentucky. We do have a junior on our list, and what that means is we're looking for the best lineman in the state. So it is not a senior award. You can win this award as a junior, maybe even a sophomore if you have that much skill. So understand that. We're going to talk about voting towards the end of this conversation, but let's get to the player profile that we have decided to do today. And that is, so far, our number one player on the list. His name is Avery Gatch, and he plays for Birmingham Groves.
If you look at this 6'5", 290-pound frame, you see someone with long arms, able to move, and I'll tell you what I really like. He likes to dominate people. And I'm not just saying that physically, all right, he imposes his will. I'm talking about his mentality is fierce. He wants to beat the mess out of his opponents. And that's really what you want to see about the game. He puts his hands on guys, and I'm sure in those pads that there's a sound and impact, because on his film, you can see him here, starting at the line of scrimmage. Next thing you know, he's 5, 10, 15 yards down the field, throwing another opponent down on the ground and just laying on them and getting up slow.
I do want to give a lot of love and a shout out to our former analyst, Tim Beckler. He was here for many, many years. We appreciate Ron being here, but Tim still wants to be involved with this award, and we appreciate that he is. He did say this when it came to Avery Gatch, said, wow, he takes great pride in his blocking, moves very well laterally and at the second level. He's very under control at contact or in his blocking fit, but what a finisher. Says dominant offensive tackle. I would like to see him against a big guy, however. That he thinks is might be the the competition that he can really rank him when it comes to, said he plays a little high, but it doesn't hurt him against the smaller guy.
That's true. That's true. And here's what I would say. He has the athleticism and the quickness to get out there against a safety or to pull around and go hit a fast linebacker. Let's also add this in as far as competition, because you never know until you get there. But this past offseason, right after he committed to Michigan, he went to the Rivals 5-star camp, just ranked as a 4-star offensive lineman, fairly unknown to the worldwide or the nationally ranked scene, right? He goes in there to the Rivals camp, wins offensive line MVP as a 4-star guy. So we're going to see him nationally become recognized, as a powerhouse offensive lineman.
Here's how the voting works if you've never participated in this before. We will have a top 10 list. This list may have players fall in and out. Maybe they get injured. Maybe they just aren't performing as well as we had expected them to. Whatever the rationale may be, they may fall off the list, kind of like a Heisman Trophy race, as it were, and others may actually play their way in. They're doing such a great job that we have to take somebody off the list because we can only keep 10. Now, well, when it comes to voting, the number one guy, so the person who has the most votes, can never be removed from the competition. No matter how well or poorly we feel, or Ron feels, or Beckler feels he is performing, he stays on the list because he's the people's champ. They want to see him there, and that's how you weigh in. So if your community rises up and says, hey, yeah, he might have had a few bad weeks, we're keeping him in the competition, he's going to stay there. If he wins the online vote at the end of the season, he will have an opportunity to automatically be in our Final Four and automatically have a slight advantage to win the whole thing. However, we will choose the other three, and there is a criteria that we follow. You can find that on our website as well. Go to statechampsnetwork.com, click on the contest page, and then, of course, click on the State Champs Anvil Award. Ron?
Hey, I look forward to doing this for the first time with State Champs. Yeah. What an honor. And again, we love all of the dogs in the trenches, the top dogs, the underdogs, everybody that's been putting in the work in the trenches. And we know this Michigan weather is going to change week by week. So people that stand out, we don't care if you're a 5'9" guy. We don't care if you're a 300-pound guy or a 170-pound guy. If you're performing and you deserve it, you will get it.
And you will be on our list. All right, we'll see you next week.